So as I suspected, Tucker Carlson is furious at Matt Gaetz for basically implicating him during his interview last night on Fox News. This wasn't confirmed, that was my speculation, but some new reporting from CNN basically confirms it. For those that maybe haven't seen it, maybe you've been living under a rock on Mars, here is the clip of Tucker Carlson being dragged into the Matt Gaetz story unwillingly and then calling it one of the weirdest interviews he's ever seen.
Again, I only know what I've read in the New York Times. I can say that actually you and I went to dinner about 2 years ago. Your wife was there, and I brought a friend of mine. You'll remember her. And she was actually threatened by the FBI, told that if she wouldn't cop to the fact that somehow I was involved in some pay-for-play scheme, that she could face trouble. And so I do believe that there are people at the Department of Justice who are trying to smear me, providing for flights and hotel rooms for people that you're dating who are of legal age is not a crime. And I'm just troubled that the lack of any sort of legitimate investigation into me would then convert into this extortion attempt.
I don't remember the woman you're speaking of or the context at all, honestly. But if you just saw our Matt Gaetz interview, that was one of the weirdest interviews I've ever conducted. That story just appeared in the news a couple of hours ago. And on the certainty that there's always more than you read in the newspaper, we immediately called Matt Gaetz and asked him to come on and tell us more, which, as you saw, he did. I don't think that clarified much, but it certainly showed this is a deeply interesting story, and will be.
And so you can see on Tucker Carlson's face, he's clearly uncomfortable. And I said, obviously he's angry. But according to CNN and other sources as well, that's been confirmed by sources at Fox. It says, Tucker Carlson livid after Representative Matt Gaetz tries to rope him into controversy, source says. That's a source at Fox News, and as it notes on the screen right now, the source basically said, Tucker Carlson is pissed off. And look, I get it in a sense. Like, I have no sympathy for Tucker Carlson. I think he's a ghoul. I hate Tucker Carlson more than I hate most, even other Fox News hosts, if I'm being honest. He's really a dangerous man. But you kind of sympathize with Tucker in a very, 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 very limited way, because his whole intent was to invite Matt Gaetz on to have a few minutes, on air, prime time, biggest show on Fox, one of the biggest shows on TV, 8 whole minutes of a softball interview to clear his name and to get ahead of the story as much as he could before the next morning cycle hit it, so he could maybe douse the fire a little bit. And all he did was make himself look worse and rope in Tucker, basically saying, you're now a witness to this investigation because I'm giving on international global television an anecdote about how you and your wife is roped into it. Mrs. Tucker Carlson, I don't know her name, but your wife now is in on this story because I'm saying to the world, you had dinner with me and my girlfriend, my friend, whatever, maybe this was the 17-year-old, and, we had this discussion about how I was being extorted or something. And all Tucker could do was deny it, but now he's in deep. Again, this goes to show just how toxic these Republican types are. That these people like Gaetz and Trump and Powell and Giuliani and Mike Lindell, the MyPillow guy, they were awful good for ratings from November to January when everyone in the right-wing, ecosystem wanted to spread the big lie and generate ad dollars and generate interest and generate loyalty off the big lie. But when the chips fell, when the snow cleared, when the dust settled, and you were left with the fact that Biden did indeed win, and all these ghouls are still hanging around, now their crap is sticking to you. Whether it's Trump helping to get Fox sued because all of the Trump sycophants, helped defame Dominion, and now they're getting sued for $1.6 billion, or whether it's people like Matt Gaetz who were brought on because they were seen as high-profile pro-Trump voices, now roping you in to very serious allegations. Very serious. This is what you deserve, Tucker, and this is what you deserve, Fox.